I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever.
I wouldn't want to be friends down here with a trashy reality star is what I was about to say.
Another quick update, Wendy Williams. So after we did the interview with Wendy Williams here on The Breakfast Club, there was a lot that happened following it.
Hold on to your seats because what I'm about to reveal will absolutely shake you to your core. The explosive drama between Wendy Williams, Kris Jenner, and Kanye West has reached a whole new level of shocking. And trust me, you won't believe what's been uncovered. Let me tell you something absolutely mind-blowing about Wendy Williams and her relationship with Hollywood's elite power players. Now, we all know Wendy has never been one to hold her tongue. She's made an entire empire out of spilling the hottest tea in Hollywood. And when it comes to the Kardashian clan, oh honey, she's been fearless. Wendy has gone after Kris Jenner countless times, and let me tell you, she did not miss. She's called out every single move the Kardashian matriarch has made, exposing her for being this puppet master pulling all the strings behind the scenes. But here's where things take a dark, disturbing turn. In 2023, Wendy's world came crashing down when she was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and progressive aphasia. Now, normally I'd say health is health, right? But something about this whole situation just doesn't sit right with me. The timing, the circumstances, it's all too convenient, especially considering Wendy's history of exposing Hollywood's dirtiest secrets.
Lifetime producers witnessing low moments with excessive drinking, fits of anger,
Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are.
and bouts of incoherence.
Now brace yourselves for this bombshell. Sources close to the situation are whispering some truly chilling allegations about Kris Jenner's involvement in Wendy's guardianship drama. And let me tell you, these aren't just your regular run-of-the-mill rumors. We're talking about serious accusations that Kris might have orchestrated this whole thing to silence Wendy once and for all. But wait, it gets even more sinister. There are absolutely shocking whispers circulating that Wendy might have been, and I can barely bring myself to say this, poisoned. Yes, you heard that right. Some insiders are suggesting that Wendy's rapid health decline wasn't just natural causes, and all fingers are pointing toward Kris and her powerful network. I mean, can you even imagine?
Our first caress.
Enter Kanye West, and oh my goodness, does he have some tea to spill? Now, we all know Kanye has never been afraid to speak his mind, especially when it comes to Kris Jenner. He's been absolutely relentless in exposing what he calls her manipulative nature, and let me tell you, the details are shocking. Kanye dropped some major bombshells recently, suggesting that Kris Jenner's alleged involvement in Wendy's guardianship is just another example of her behind-the-scenes manipulation. And considering his history with the family, don't you think he might know exactly what he's talking about?
Once all of her kids abandoned her,
Now, let's dive into something truly disturbing. Remember when Kanye went on that explosive rant about Hollywood handlers? At the time, some people dismissed it as just another Kanye moment, but honey, it looks like he might have been onto something big. The parallels between what Kanye described and what's happening to Wendy are absolutely chilling. Wendy's loyal fans, and trust me, I've been following their discussions, are connecting some seriously dark dots. They're convinced that the same shadowy Hollywood handlers Kanye warned us about are pulling the strings behind Wendy's guardianship. And here's something that will make your jaw drop. There are whispers that these mysterious figures might be trying to poison Wendy to prevent any chance of her recovery. I know, it sounds like something out of a Hollywood thriller, but in this town, truth is often stranger than fiction. The way they've allegedly taken control of everything, her money, her schedule, her entire life, it's like watching a horror movie unfold in real time. And that new documentary about Wendy, some people are saying it's all part of a calculated plan to make her look unstable. But those of us who followed Wendy for years know she's always been a fighter, never afraid to expose the truth about Hollywood's most powerful players.
This documentary is hard to watch.
I know.
Very hard to watch.
Yeah. I said I wasn't gonna cry because I feel like I've cried enough over the last year and a half.
Now, let's talk about Kanye's explosive allegations because they will absolutely blow your mind. He's been dropping truth bombs left and right, claiming that Hollywood's elite are trying to silence Wendy because she knows too much. Sound familiar? It should, because it's eerily similar to what Kanye himself went through. Remember that absolutely insane situation with his former trainer Harley Pasternak? The texts where Harley threatened to have Kanye institutionalized if he didn't behave sent shockwaves through Hollywood, or at least they should have. But somehow, mysteriously, the media barely blinked an eye. Isn't that convenient? And let's not forget about all the other stars who've allegedly faced similar situations. Dave Chappelle, Martin Lawrence, Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, Aaron Carter. The list goes on and on. It's like there's this dark pattern of controlling and silencing celebrities who dare to speak out. The most heartbreaking part of all this, Wendy's emotional confession on The Breakfast Club, when she revealed that they took away her beloved cats, her only companions. I nearly broke down in tears. Can you imagine being so cruel? And the fact that she might not even be allowed to attend her own father's 94th birthday? It's absolutely devastating.
I'm exhausted thinking about, what if I can't see my dad for his birthday? You know, at 94, you know, the day after that is not promised. It's not promised.
Now let's talk about this Lifetime documentary because, honey, something isn't adding up. Just a few years ago, Wendy seemed to have it all together. Then suddenly, and I mean suddenly, everything changed after she confronted Wells Fargo about some suspicious activity. Next thing you know, she's hit with a dementia diagnosis and put under financial guardianship. Coincidence? I think not. And hold on to your seats because this next part is absolutely shocking. The judge overseeing Wendy's case, Manhattan Judge Lisa Sattler Blackburn, was reportedly under investigation for taking bribes from guardianship lawyers. Can you believe it? For 6 whole months, WABC was investigating claims about her accepting bribes. The same judge making decisions about Wendy's life. It's almost too crazy to be true. Let's talk about this suspicious timeline because it will make your head spin. The dementia diagnosis conveniently dropped right after the Lifetime documentary aired on February 24th. But here's the kicker. Wells Fargo had already frozen Wendy's accounts 2 years earlier, back in 2022. They went straight to the New York Supreme Court, claiming she couldn't handle her finances. But Wendy and her legal team weren't having it. They accused her former financial advisor, Lori Schiller, of feeding Wells Fargo false information.
Which is Wells Fargo has decided to freeze her assets. Not because she was in type of criminal trouble. No, this froze her assets.
Now this is where it gets really juicy. Apparently, Wendy only fired Lori after discovering some questionable activity in her accounts. It's almost like Lori had some kind of vendetta and decided to paint Wendy as incapacitated for revenge. Wendy's lawyer even filed a temporary restraining order against Wells Fargo, arguing they had no right to block her access to her own financial records. But despite all their efforts, Wells Fargo won the battle. By December 2022, attorney Sabrina Morrissey was appointed as Wendy's financial guardian. And just like that, Wendy lost control of everything she'd worked so hard to build. But our girl Wendy, she didn't stay quiet. She called out Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo, accusing them of conspiring to put her under guardianship. And here's what really makes you think. If you've actually listened to Wendy speak during all of this, she sounds completely sharp and articulate. There's no slurred speech, no confusion, nothing that would suggest she can't handle her own affairs. So what's really going on here?
An attorney, her name is Roberta Kaplan. She spoke to TMZ and she said that people should not be fooled by Wendy Williams and how good Wendy Williams sounded when she called into our show yesterday.
Now let me drop this bombshell about Kris Jenner because it will absolutely shock you. Apparently Kris might have been the mastermind behind Wendy's guardianship all along. Sources are saying she used her powerful connections to pull strings, working with none other than Lou Taylor. And if you know anything about conservatorship scandals, that name should send chills down your spine. For those who might not know, Lou Taylor is practically synonymous with conservatorship scandals. She ran the show during Britney Spears' nightmare conservatorship, and what Britney went through, well, it'll break your heart.
This is known gremlin Lou Taylor. You might know Lou from TriStar Entertainment, her management company that she owns, where she manages tons of celebrities.
Speaking of Britney, let me tell you about the absolute horror she endured. During her explosive 2021 conservatorship hearing, Britney revealed she was forced to take massive doses of lithium, a powerful mood stabilizer that left her feeling completely out of it. She could barely hold a conversation. It was later revealed that Lou Taylor, who was supposedly just the family spokesperson, was allegedly the one who first suggested the whole conservatorship idea to Jamie Spears back in 2008. There's this fascinating theory among Britney's fans that she might have briefly been taken off lithium in 2021 when she gave that incredibly articulate court testimony. But as soon as she mentioned wanting to do a tell-all interview, many believe her handlers quickly put her back on the medication to keep her quiet.
I've been in the conservatorship for 13 years. long time to be in a situation you don't want to be in. So I'm just grateful, honestly, for each day.
The parallels between Britney and Wendy's situations are absolutely chilling. Just like Britney, Wendy was suddenly deemed incapable of managing her finances after standing up to powerful forces. And just like Britney, Wendy's being called incapacitated despite sounding perfectly coherent in interviews.
In the Free Britney movement, you guys rock. Honestly, my voice was muted and threatened for so long, and I wasn't able to speak up.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Could Wendy's guardianship be another case of powerful figures, with Kris Jenner pulling the strings, using these legal arrangements to silence someone who knows too much? When you consider Lou Taylor's alleged involvement in both Britney's and now Wendy's situations, it really makes you wonder. And speaking of controlling behavior, let's talk about what Kanye revealed about Kim Kardashian and Lou Taylor's alleged conservatorship plot. Kanye, who knows firsthand what it's like to deal with Kris's influence, has been absolutely vocal about what he calls her puppet master behavior.
I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really?
Now, this is where things get really suspicious. During the Free Britney movement, when everyone and their mother was speaking out against conservatorship abuse, the Kardashian-Jenners were mysteriously quiet. And according to Page 6, Lou Taylor and her company, TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group, were deeply connected to the Kardashian-Jenner businesses. Lou's name was tied to all sorts of Kardashian-Jenner entities: King Kylie LLC, King Kylie Holdings, KKW Fragrance, you name it. But here's the kicker. In 2021, just months before Britney's conservatorship ended, Lou's name suddenly vanished from all their business filings. Suspicious much? But it gets even more dramatic. Kanye, in one of his famous Twitter storms, accused Kim and Kris of trying to lock him up. He claimed Kim tried to fly to Wyoming with a doctor to lock me up like in the movie Get Out, all because he cried about wanting to protect his daughter's life. He even alleged that both Kim and Kris tried to put him under a 5150 psychiatric hold, which is eerily similar to what happened to Britney. When Kanye speaks out about Kris Jenner's alleged role in Wendy's guardianship, he's not just throwing around accusations. This man has been through the Hollywood machine, from nearly being placed under a 5150 hold to being followed by handlers like Harley Pasternak. He knows exactly how these power players operate. Kanye's insights into Kris Jenner's connections, combined with what's happening to Wendy right now, paint a disturbing picture of a system designed to silence and control anyone who dares to speak out against the Hollywood elite. And if what Kanye's saying is true, Wendy might just be the latest victim in a long line of stars who've been targeted for stepping out of line. This whole situation raises so many questions. Could Kris Jenner really be pulling the strings behind Wendy's guardianship? Is this exposing an even bigger problem with how Hollywood handles its stars? The truth might be even more shocking than we imagine. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more explosive Hollywood revelations. And make sure to check out our next video for even more jaw-dropping stories.